So this is the black sheep of the sub arc because usually in the show we have for like every arc one episode that's like not exactly that doesn't exactly follow the arc or whatever. So this isn't an E3 game, but I'm very excited. So this needs to be addressed. Hey guys, Mark here.
And I'm Wes.
Welcome to a sub-arc of Trash Talk E3 2014.
But this isn't an E3 game.
This isn't an E3 game. Oh my god, yeah. So...
But it's a game that he went to me about, and he was like, oh shit, this is so exciting, and all that stuff.
It's a thing. I've been wanting it for a very long time. Tekken 7. Okay, I swear to God, when I saw it, this is how it happened. Okay, and the reason why this is the Black Sheep episode is because this game was revealed at Evolution 2014, Evo 2014, and oh my God. So, if you go on YouTube on the PlayStation 3, it's not exactly that version of YouTube isn't structured like other versions of YouTube, like the PC version, like the Wii U version. When the Wii U version and the PC version are obviously like really close. But the PS3 version of YouTube is like structured way differently. There's different categories of stuff that you can just look right off the bat, scroll through different videos. So I was looking at gaming one day, the day it was announced, and I saw it said Tekken 7 teaser trailer at Evo 2014, and I was like, wait a minute. So I clicked it, and I was like, okay, let's watch this. And it's real! I was like, I was freaking the hell out. Like, if you saw me, you would have been like, damn, dude, calm down. Because I was like, I went fanboy level of freaking, if I get like that in this video, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you ahead of time. But, oh my God. So, Tekken 6 first came out in 2009. And around that time we had gotten it, and we were excited to play it. And I guess I can do a little bit of a retrospective because I grew up playing Tekken. That was my first fighting game, along with Mortal Kombat. But Tekken came first. Tekken, I played Tekken 2 when I was really, really little. When I had the bulky-ass first model PS1. I played Tekken 2. And I really enjoyed it. I, beat it like really easily and all that stuff. And then I followed Tekken 3, Tekken 4 once I got the PS2. I didn't actually get into the first Tekken until a while later. And I'm going to link in the description a Cat Icarus retrospective of Tekken because he does the same thing. And quite unbelievably, my story and his story are kind of similar because he also grew up on Tekken 2 and didn't visit Tekken 1 until a while later and just followed Tekken, the series after number 2. And that's the same case with me. And I loved every game that came out. It all kind of had a different feel, different kind of just whatever. My favorite character, Yoshimitsu. So I'm really excited to see what it looks like in Tekken 7. But once Tekken 5 came out, it was awesome, and it introduced, they like always introduce new characters every game. And then Tekken 6 came out, and I played it, and while I really enjoyed it, I felt because it was the first one and the only one besides, in the main series, it's the only one for PS3, but then there's also Tekken Tag 2 and all that stuff. But with Tekken 6, I felt that it was not gameplay-wise or anything, but it could be more of a nitpick, but it seemed a little PS3 generic. Like, there was always, here's an example, and it could be considered as nitpicking, but there's like really awesome, different, unique fonts for like every series, or every game in the series. Once Tekken 6 came out, it was that little ass PS3 text that you have to like really squint to read.
Oh yeah.
And
I hate that text.
I don't know, like I was like, this looks just PS3. It screams PS3, but it's like, I don't know. It deviated kind of far from what it started out as, and there's obviously the offline online play, and although that was like another thing altogether, it's like, you have to choose that in order to play normal shit, Yeah. You have to pick offline mode and then pick arcade or whatever. And then like starting with Tekken 5, I think, or no, Tekken 6 automatically, I think it was. all the characters start off already unlocked. Like everyone that they announced, the newcomers, they're already unlocked. And it's like, well, where's the joy in unlocking a new character? And whatever. But there's my retrospective. Tekken 6 was the meh kind of one. My favorite is Tekken 4. 2, 3, and 4 are like my top 3 out of all the 6. And then there's Tekken Tag, and Tekken Tag 2, which is really cool. So then, it's been a good 5 or so years since Tekken 6 came out, and I was like, okay, I'm ready for. Then there was Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I'm like, okay, so new stuff's gonna be coming out with Tekken. And then like they leaked, but it wasn't true at the time that there was gonna be a Tekken 7 shortly after Tekken 6, and it just made me like hope. I was like just wishful thinking. I was like, come on, let there be another Tekken, because a while, like what, 2-3 years ago they announced Tekken Cross Street Fighter, because Street Fighter Cross Tekken is, since Street Fighter has first billing, that game is done in the style of Street Fighter. And then they announced for the second part of the crossover, there's Tekken Cross Street Fighter, done in Tekken style. That game has like no information on it yet. It was announced like in 2011, I think, or something. So like, I'm still waiting for that. And I've just been like, of all the fighting games, I mean, we've got new Mortal Kombat, we've got Soul Calibur 5 that came out like a good 2 years ago or so. Where's the new Tekken, people? And then, lo and behold, just not even that long ago, a couple days ago, almost a week ago, I was like, oh! I was so excited. So, Tekken 7, next gen, PS4, Xbox One. So, they're using a new engine called Unreal 4. I think for these last couple games for the PS4 that came out, and obviously for like, you know, PS3 in the last gen, it's been like Unreal 3, which is a really good engine.
Yeah.
I think Unreal 3 is what they're using for Sonic Boom. I think Jeremiah and I talked about that very briefly, but Unreal 4 is going to be used as the engine for Tekken 7, and that looks to be really good, judging by the trailer and whatnot. So, and the trailer is just cinematics. There's like no gameplay or nothing. I'll get into it right now, but I've had you play a couple Tekken games.
Yeah, you've had. I don't remember which ones I've actually played. I think you might have shown me Tekken 4 and Tekken 6.
Okay. I know for sure I think we did play Tekken 6.
Yeah, did play that one. And I liked it alright. It's not my cup of tea, though. I'm more of a Mortal Kombat kind of guy.
So, I guess now I can discuss a little bit about the trailer. So, the story with Tekken 6, well, it all just flows together, more or less. I mean, there weren't really cinematics that showed the story in the first, like, 3 Tekken games. Starting with Tekken 4 is when they started showing cutscenes and cinematics for the story. And so what happens in, like, Tekken 4, I won't go way far back, and I don't want to try and make this like a long-ass episode, but in Tekken 4, Kazuya was believed to be dead because a long time ago, around the events of, I think, Tekken 2, he got... I swear, okay, I gotta preface this by saying that if you don't know this game and this series, there is a family of characters that this game mostly centers around called their last name, the Mishimas. It involves Kazuya Mishima, who's the main character for about the first 2 games. There's his son, Jin, Kazuya's wife, June, who is not in the series for that long, actually. There's Heihachi, Kazuya's father, Jin's grandfather. And then introduced in Tekken 5 is Heihachi's father, Jinpachi. So these are all these dudes with all these achis.
Oh, yeah, you also had me play Tekken 5 because Tekken 5. I did fight against Jinpachi.
And he's a bitch to freaking defeat. But anyway, Devil and Kazuya in Tekken 2. Ooh, that is a crazy boss battle. But anyway, so in Tekken 4, because you gotta realize that they are like hellbent on destroying each other. That's how. No, they can't be on like Dr. Phil or like on Jerry Springer. That won't cut it for them. They have to physically do shit to each other. So like throwing each other off cliffs, getting possessed by the devil, freaking.
They have to pretty much kill each other. That's a very.
That's their theory.
If you think if you think your family is very dysfunctional, again, these
the
guys
Mishimas are the kings of dysfunctional families.
They literally have to kick each other's asses.
Yeah. Jun and Jin, I forgot to mention, aren't Mishimas, they're Kazamas. That's their last name. So it's Jun Kazama and Jin Kazama. And then like Jin has a cousin, Asuka Kazama, who was introduced in Tekken 5, but she doesn't play a big, as far as I remember, she doesn't exactly play a big part in their story. As well as, I think, was it Jin? Or Jin has a half-brother or something like that named Lars Alexanderson, who was introduced in Tekken 6. But him and Asuka don't really have much to do with the story. I think Lars does, because he has his own little campaign mode. What's it called? Campaign scenario or scenario campaign in Tekken 6, and it's a whole sub-arc thing with him, or subplot with him. So anyway, Tekken 4, Kazuya is presumed dead, but actually is alive. And then like all this other stuff happens where like in Tekken 4 was it Jin was going to be like, I think, I don't know, he was strung up like for a ritual or something, because Heihachi like wants that kind of devil power. It's called the devil gene. And on Jin, it's symbolized by a tattoo on his arm. For Kazuya, he just freaking turns into the devil. So then in Tekken 5, Jin starts to learn that how to control his devil powers and all that. And it has a pretty badass design in Tekken 5 and Tekken 6. Tekken 5. I'm not sure it's a playable character in Tekken 6. I don't remember at the moment. But what they're doing for Tekken 7, because in Tekken 6, I'm going to skip 5 because it doesn't really pertain to what I'm about to say. For Tekken 6, the last, where the story left off, Jin took control of, they have a corporation, right? The Mishima Zaibatsu, that's their corporation. So Jin took that over in Tekken 6 and uses all the military and all that stuff to just destroy the world and shit. He becomes like a villain. And, because like the character started off like, what is my destiny and all this crap, and then he's pretty much a villain in Tekken 6. So there's lots of branching storylines with all the characters, as fighting games usually have. And with Tekken 6, or with Tekken in general, the Mishimas and the Kazamas, their storylines, when you play through like arcade and all that, those storylines are the ones that usually are the ones that progress the actual story with each game. So I'm not sure exactly where, I'm not sure whose story ends Tekken 6 and begins Tekken 7. Like, I'm not even sure if it says there's going to be a sequel to Tekken 6. But there's the plot, more or less. It's kind of vague. I don't know, look it up. But Tekken 7 storyline, for what little they showed in the trailer, it starts off with this woman. And it's done in like an old film grainy kind of way, which suggests that she's probably been around for a long time or something. That's the vibes I got. And she's just kind of sitting there and it's really quiet. And then she's like, and then you see like a, what is it, like a wide shot or something, like a long shot. And she's just sitting there and her back's to the camera. And then a door opens and there's a figure. You can see the shadow of the figure on the bottom. And she goes like, she's all mysterious, like, you're here. That must mean the time has come.
You're here. That must mean the time has come.
And it gets all like epic and everything. And what happens then is it kind of just snap cuts to a freaking, to the scenario where it shows Kazuya and Heihachi. And there's like lava and all this stuff, so I don't know where they are. But one of the flashbacks that, while this woman is talking, they show flashbacks to different games, to the different installments.
Kazuya, I must stop him. I must stop Heihachi.
And the most prominent one that I noticed was Tekken 4, where Kazuya got thrown off a volcano, or into a volcano, by Heihachi, so there's that. And amongst like Heihachi being revealed to be alive from Tekken 5 because he was presumed dead and all that stuff, and then she says the time has come, and then it snap cuts to Heihachi and Kazuya. There's all this lava and stuff, and then he says, Kazuya yells at Heihachi and says, "You killed my mother."
You killed my mother.
And then it kind of snaps really quick back to the woman before he just goes like, oh, like all Super Saiyan like. And that's never been a plot point. Kazuya's mother has never, and I've always thought that, where's like the mother or something? Like it's always just been a thought, like what if? The mother has never been shown until now. So we're thinking that this mystery woman could be Kazuya's mother. And at the very end of the trailer, they also show some kanji, Japanese kanji, and it translates in the bottom in English. It says Heihachi X Kazumi. So Kazumi is probably Heihachi's wife. And that just leads to like a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions, and I'll pose them here. I didn't even show you the trailer. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut real quick. I'm going to show him the trailer, and we'll be right back. So, okay, unfortunately, his internet's a little weird on my iPod right now, so I couldn't show him the entire trailer, but I showed him about half. So you saw the woman.
Yeah.
And
it's done. Yeah, it is done with that kind of like graininess, like an old.
Like old movies from like
yeah.
the 40s and 30s. So, let's see. Okay, so my questions arise with this, because I know a lot more about the story than he is. But here we go. Couple questions, and some of them I could kind of answer by myself, but others it's like, well, what's going on? The first question is not really, it's a nitpicky question, not like I have an issue with it, but I'm just curious. In the trailer, they speak English, and Kazuya speaks English. You didn't get to hear that part, but he speaks English. Usually, in all the games, where there's dialogue, starting with Tekken 4, those who speak Japanese will speak Japanese, and then they'll just have automatically English subtitles to translate what they're saying. Other characters might speak Korean, they might speak Chinese, but they always, translate them. In this trailer, everyone's speaking English, or the two characters that speak are speaking English. So, like, I want to know if the entire game is going to be done in English, or what's going on, because, like, the only time those characters, like, in that, even just in that family of, the Kazuyas, Mishimas and all that, and the Kazamas, the only time they ever speak English is, like, a little bit in Tekken 4. And then, like, the spin-off movies and all that stuff, they speak English, and every time I listen to them speak English, I'm like, this doesn't seem right. This isn't natural. They need to speak Japanese. In reverse, kind of, because I think you said you like, in anime, to go a little bit off topic, sorry, but you say you like dubbed, right? No, sub.
I prefer dub. It's a little bit, but recently I have been getting into more sub.
It could have been Jeremiah. Sub is subtitles, and dub is when they dub it over. Yeah. Just to let people know.
But personally, I do like I like subs if they're done because dubs they're all right. But usually the subbed ones are done a little bit better. It depends on the anime.
I think it was Jeremiah that said that he prefers subs better than dubs, because he says that when you get used to like the characters' Japanese voices, when you watch the dub, it's like
because like they're done differently.
Because you get used to them.
Yeah, you get used to them, and then they're done differently. Like it's kind of a little bit off-putting. Like, he's kind of playing this character a little bit laid back, while in the Japanese version
he's like more forceful or something.
He's more.
I mean, like Attack on Titan is a good example, but I don't want to get too much into anime.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into anime. I'm just providing an example. I'm kind of the reverse when it comes to Tekken, because again, I prefer sub for Tekken, because that's the way they've always been. And then
what I'm thinking is they might have like an option to where you can listen to them in English, or you can just listen to them in the sub version.
Probably.
That would be really interesting to kind of see that. Like, I don't want to listen to Japanese and shit. I want to listen to just straight English.
Well, what would warrant that? What would make them think, well, maybe all of a sudden they don't want to listen to everyone in their native tongue, let's just make it all English. They've never done that before. Well, why would they start now? These are just questions,
That's very interesting.
Because it came to a point where in Tekken Tag Tournament 2, alliteration, the characters that would speak English in the canon games would speak their native tongue if they were a different nationality other than American in Tekken Tag 2. Like, only the Americans would speak English. If there was, great example, Eddie Gordo, a character introduced in Tekken 3. He spoke English for like the games he spoke spoken, but his background, his ethnicity is he's Portuguese. So in Tekken Tag 2, him and another character who's related to him, Christy, they both speak Portuguese. So like everyone who has some sort of nationality that's non-American would speak that tongue, that native language in Tekken Tag 2. So then why make everyone speak English in Tekken 7? I don't know. It could be just for the teaser trailer or something, but there's one question. The second question I have is, you do see Heihachi in this trailer, but he is old again. And there is a story behind this. Maybe I'm not understanding it perfectly, but I do know the gist of it. After Tekken 6 was either released or just complete, Heihachi's voice actor passed away. And in order to I'm assuming they didn't just want to get any old replacement for the character, because obviously Heihachi is a big character, and you're going to want someone who's threatening, maybe a bit over the top, silly, but mostly, a threat, like threatening, to make him sound really threatening. I was trying to think of another word, but they got a replacement for him. He did sound pretty cool, but then he didn't exactly sound like the previous guy who did Heihachi. So in Tekken Tag 2, to accommodate for the new voice, they made Heihachi young. And they kind of explain that in like this, because Tekken Tag 2 isn't canon, and that doesn't factor into my answer for this question. But because Tekken Tag isn't canon, they can make up whatever kind of freaking storylines they want that don't make really much sense. It's just for this game. And for Heihachi, he wants to be young again, so he develops this kind of weird formula deal to try and it's played for laughs in the epilogue, where it shows how he got to be young. He had to go through a stage first where he turned into a bear, so that's funny. But they advertised him as young, and when I saw they released a couple Super Smash Brothers-esque, they showed off the newcomers and all that through some trailers and everything. And when the first trailer for the game hit, they showed Heihachi in his young form, and I was like, whoa! Why is he young again? So, and for there was a couple spin-offs after Tekken Tag 2, Tekken Revolution, Tekken Prime 3D Edition or something like that, or 3D Prime Edition for the 3DS, which I have. He's young in like all those games. So like, he was shown as old Heihachi again in Tekken 7. Like I said, this isn't Tekken Tag isn't canon, so maybe just for Tekken Tag he was young. But that makes me wonder, in the first place, why would they even change him to young? Because the reason why they changed him young was to accommodate for the new voice actor.
Yeah.
So why have the new voice actor, I guess, reprise his role as Heihachi in Tekken 7, but go back to the old Heihachi when I'm pretty sure if that was the reason for making him young, they just stopped doing that. So I don't know why Heihachi is old again, unless they're trying to stay back to the canon from after Tekken 6, because in Tekken 6, Heihachi was old.
Yeah, that might be the reason why. So that way they stay in canon.
I guess. It was maybe just a thing they were doing for Tekken Tag 2, like, maybe it's a throwback to, because in Tekken 1 and 2 only, Heihachi had black hair, so, I don't know. He also had black hair in the flashback to Tekken 2, because in Tekken 4, in the trailer you saw when he threw him off the volcano, he had, I don't know if you can really see Heihachi in that shot, but he had black hair. Because it took place after Tekken 2, but before Tekken 3, and Tekken 3 is the first one, he had gray hair. Yeah. So it took place between those two games. So, or that's Heihachi's ending in Tekken 2, actually. So, there's that question. What are the questions that I have? Really, the canon and why he was like that, why they were speaking English. I don't know, freaking, where was his mom this whole time? So there's that. I really don't know what's going to be, like, I do know and then don't know what's going to be in store for this game, and they said at the end of the trailer, which again, you didn't see, but they are going to release more information at Comic-Con at the time of this recording, because we're recording this before Comic-Con has begun, the San Diego Comic-Con. So they're going to release new information on that, and once we learn of the information, and if they do like a live stream or something of it, I will be watching it. I will tune in, and we will go over it a little bit more in Arc 3's update video, because we got some Sonic Boom stuff to cover and some other stuff to cover from the E3 stuff, and we'll do that. You will see that in the next episode, which is the last of our sub-arc, which is another third part to the console war thing, where we rank everything from this year. And because we filmed that already, this is the last thing we're filming of the sub-arc. Just some trivia for you guys. But I wanted to do this so bad because I'm so excited for this game. One more big reason for me to get a PS4. Not for me to come over and over and over, but I do suggest you get it too when it comes out, because I think you might like the series for yourself.
I played this series a little bit. It's alright. But again, I haven't played enough to it where I'm considered a big fan of it. I just think it's okay.
So, I mean, for God's sake, guys, like, I screenshotted the woman for my iPod, my lock wallpaper. So, like, I don't know, that's how excited I am for this. It's been a long time coming. I'm just really hyped. You seriously should have seen me react to the trailer. I swear I was like bouncing off the walls. I was so excited. But it caught me by surprise. It really did. To just pull it out of nowhere at this convention, I was like, oh my god, this is like huge. Because we weren't really, I mean, we were kind of like half expecting it, kind of half not, because Tekken in its 90s days was strictly, I think, exclusive for PlayStation. So in the PS1 era, it was for, it was Tekken 1, 2, 3, strictly for PS1. And then by the time Tekken 4 came out, I believe that was also an exclusive. I'm not exactly sure if it was for original Xbox. I think it was until Tekken 5, I think. Tekken 6, I know for sure, is for Xbox 360 and PS3. But Tekken 5, I'm not sure. But it's been on every PlayStation console. It's grown up with every generation. So finally, we get a new Tekken for the new generation, and I'm just hyped, guys. I'm really fucking hyped.
So,
expectations. Do you, well, since, I don't know, are you going to play this game, first off?
Maybe, yeah.
What would you expect out of it?
Just expect that, well, from what I played from Tekken, that, like, probably if, like, there's this new character that's, now in canon with the story of the mother, I'm expecting, maybe a few new characters.
Besides her.
Besides her.
If she was a new character, that'd be awesome, which could be.
And then maybe she has, like, a double form, too. That'd be weird.
Oh, that's one thing I forgot to go over. I'm so sorry. I don't want to take too much time to talk about it, but also in the trailer, you didn't see it yet because it was coming up to it. Because again, the trailer stopped because his internet's weird right now on my iPod. But she says at this one part when she goes, "I must stop Heihachi." So that means that she's got a grudge against him as well, to add to the whole dysfunctional family thing. But then she says, "By this point, he must know he has my power."
By now, I'm sure that Heihachi has realized with my powers.
That took me by surprise, because a lot of this little side thing for Heihachi in the games is he's trying to possess that devil power for himself as well. He kind of tries to do it in the spin-off movie Tekken Blood Vengeance, but and that one is like one of the most faithful to the series, and it's in CGI. It's by the people who made the game, so that's really cool. Little side thing, check that out. But in all the games, in most of the games, he's trying to his little devious other little side mission is to try to possess that power for himself. Apparently he has it already, or something. I have no idea, because Heihachi doesn't have a devil form or any other sort of power.
And maybe he doesn't realize that maybe the reason why he can't get it himself is because he already has it, just doesn't know it.
I have no clue.
Because she says, by this point, he must know, which means
he must already have it. I mean, I don't know.
It means he already has it, he just hasn't found out about that he has it yet. So that's why his attempts at getting it have failed, because he already has it.
because it could be like suppressed memories for him, suppressed power, obviously dormant abilities, apparently. Because I swear, Jinpachi has it. Heihachi's father, Kazuya has it. It like skipped a generation. It went from his grandpa, Kazuya's grandpa, to Kazuya himself. Skipped his dad. Went to his son. Lars, the half brother, doesn't. I don't think have anything. Asuka doesn't have anything. Jun doesn't have anything. She is considered like the opposite of them, like an angel of sorts. Because again, not canon, but in Tekken Tag 1, they have this not as in depth of an ending as Tekken Tag 2, but they do have these like really short. They're not even FMVs. I think this one character, Unknown, that's her name, is the only one who has an FMV, a full motion video ending in Tekken Tag 1. Everyone else is like in engine and it's really short. But what was it? June is kind of considered an angel of sorts in Tekken Tag 1. In Tekken Tag 2, it's confirmed that she like is unknown, which is bizarre, and I didn't understand that because they're separate characters in Tekken Tag 2, I think, and then also in the first one. They're separate characters, and it makes no sense. But anyway, back to Heihachi. I really want to know if it was something to have to do when he was little, and then like maybe Kazumi found out, but was like whatever. How they split up, how all that has to be explained. That's the storyline of this game. It has
and then maybe in this game, Heihachi will finally have his double form.
That would be so fucking kick-ass if he has a devil form. That is gotta be the most Devil Heihachi, Devil Kazuya, Devil Jin 3-way fight. Because they had a 3-way fight in the movie Blood Vengeance, but to have like some kind of weird, oh god, that'd be awesome. I don't know. I really don't know where they're going with this. I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm hyped. I really want to know where they're going with this. So those are my expectations. I want to know what the story, how the mother fits in, how Heihachi has his power, and what's going to happen when he realizes it, because obviously he hasn't. But to his wife, she thinks he has, but he hasn't. So once he learns that, I don't know what's going to happen. New characters. I want to see Yoshimitsu's look, because his look changes in every game, and he's like my favorite character. He's so kick-ass. I do like his look in Tekken 6, his second player look, and I like his mostly his second player look. I like his second player look in Tekken 3, his second player look in Tekken 4, and in Tekken 6. So like, I don't know. I'm really intrigued to see his look in Tekken 7. I like his look in Tekken Tag 2. Those are my expectations. So, final verdicts. You go first.
Since I'm not really in canon with this whole series, I'm gonna give it a 3.75 out of 5.
Okay.
Because I have played it, it's fun, but again, I'm not a big, huge, diehard fan. I think I'm not even a fan of all of the series, but it is a good series, and I might like.
You're
if I
like
play
interested
this game,
in the series.
I have some interest in it, but not a big interest to where I want to play all of them.
Yeah.
Just like I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. So that's why my score is a little bit low.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah. We already know what it is going to be. There's no lying about it. Just say what you're gonna say.
It already showed. I don't even have to say it. So I'm super hyped. I'm ready for this. All the more reason for me to get a PS4. Because I still don't have one.
I do though.
My birthday's coming up, so that's fine. But I hope I
get
it. Shut up. Anyway, I'm Marcelo.
And I'm Wes, and this was Trash Talk.
See you guys on the last episode where we go over consoles and stuff. So, and the companies. Yay!